You stand guard at the Great Wall of China. You're not the heroic soldier from history books, nor the revered general in the stone palaces. You're just another body shivering in the mist that covers miles of icy stone. You feel the wind cut through your skin like a blade. The fur hood covering your head is already soaked with snow. Your feet are cracked, your toes purple. But no one cares. To the Empire, you're just another human brick in a seemingly endless wall. The enemy? They say it comes from the north, barbarians on horseback, archers who descend from the hills like wolves. But for most of the year, there is no enemy, only silence. And silence, at the wall, is what kills most. As you wait, you hear your stomach growl. The morning porridge isn't enough to stave off the hunger gnawing at your insides. Hunting is forbidden. Stealing provisions is treason. Anyone who tries ends up hanging from the gate as a warning. The wall swallows the weak. At night, the cold worsens. The wind howls between the watchtowers, making the torches flicker, blowing embers that dance on ancient stones. You huddle in a corner, torn between sleeping and freezing, or keeping watch and going mad. Your commander passes by, inspecting rows of men who look like ice statues. One wrong look, one complaint, and he could report you. Discipline here is as sharp as the arrows in the arsenal. Betrayal is paid in blood, as is cowardice. In the early hours of the morning, your fellow guard collapses. You pretend not to see. Helping him means sharing your only sheepskin. It's every man for himself. The wall turns brothers into strangers. You dream of returning to the village where you were born. You dream of hot rice, of your mother's face. But no one returns home until they've served their stone sentence, years spent planted there, eyes on the horizon that almost never changes. Sometimes, rumors of an attack surface. A scout reports seeing smoke in the north. The commander orders a patrol to double. But nothing comes. Only more wind, more snow, more bones buried beneath the wall that has devoured men since the Qin dynasty. By day, you march on parapets that crack under the weight of centuries. The walls seem eternal, but your feet are not. Calluses turn to wounds, wounds to pus. The snow burns more than any enemy's fire. You train your bow, your spear, your war cry, all for a battle that may never come. The only constant enemy is the cold, the hunger, the loneliness that beats in your chest like a funeral drum. Some guards go mad. They talk to themselves, attack shadows, abandon their post and flee into the forests. They are almost always hunted down, brought back tied up, killed, or alive enough to serve as an example. Sometimes a messenger arrives from the south. He brings new orders, a bag of coins for the commander, perhaps a handful of extra rice for the soldiers. But you never see this rice. It disappears along the way, swallowed up by bureaucracy and greed. When winter truly strikes, even firewood is scarce. You burn everything, old arrows, broken shields, even pieces of wall. Fire is life, but it's always insufficient for the nights that last forever. The commander makes speeches about honor, about protecting the empire. But for you, honor is surviving another shift on guard duty without losing your fingers. You write letters home that may never arrive. The wind carries them away. The paper rots. The messenger gets lost. At the wall, even your words can freeze to death. Sometimes, in the early morning, you think you hear drums in the north. Your heart races. Could it be today? Could it be today that the enemy cavalry will appear to make sense of your spear, your hunger? But again, it's just the wind, mocking you. And when, rarely, an attack does come, it's not like the legends. They're poorly armed raiders, hungry like you. The fighting is short, dirty, and brutal. People are torn apart by wooden spears. Archers slip on the ice and fall from their towers. The next day, bodies pile up outside the wall. There's no honor in death here, just more snow to cover the dead, while the living return to stare into nothingness. You wonder if the empire remembers you. The wall is too vast for anyone to care about every pale face frozen upon its stones. You are just another dot on the line that separates the empire from the ghosts of the north.
And as you breathe in the icy air that tears at your chest, you know you will not fall in heroic combat. You will fade slowly, like an ember smothered by snow. And when that happens, another will come in your place. Another son of peasants. Another dream buried in the wall that never sleeps. Your bones ache every time you move. The wind howls in the cracks in the wall, as if telling secrets only the dead understand. You wonder how many ghosts walk beside you, forgotten guards who never returned home. During the day, the sun is deceptive. It shines faintly on the stones, but the cold doesn't go away. You press your hands against the wall and feel the ice spread across your skin. It's as if the stone itself wants to devour you, absorb the little warmth you have left. In the makeshift dining hall, chipped bowls pass from hand to hand. Each sip of thin soup is fought over like treasure. Grown men gnaw on bones like dogs. A full stomach is a luxury as rare as a summer. At night, you toss and turn on your straw bed, trying to ignore the snoring, the coughing, the grinding of teeth. Some sleep with their eyes open, fearing the enemy will sneak up on them. Others sleep like stones, surrendered to the exhaustion that is worse than any sword. With each sunrise, you don the same clothes stiffened by frost. The smell of mold, sweat, and smoke accompanies you like a second skin. You no longer know if it's day or night. Only the cold is constant. Only it insists on reminding you where you are. Every now and then, a new soldier emerges, too young to hold a spear. He arrives with eyes shining with hope and fear. A week later, the glow fades, swallowed by the routine that crushes dreams. There are those who vow to desert. When spring comes, I'll run away, they whisper in the dark. But the wall hears everything, and those who try to run become a warning. The snow swallows bodies, but rumors always survive. You grip your spear with rag-wrapped hands. Every touch of the metal is a stab of ice. You grip it as if it were your last defense against death. Maybe it is. Maybe it means nothing. An old soldier tells stories of generals who never appeared, of heroes who defeated enemy hordes. You listen in silence, trying to imagine that once upon a time, the wall was the stage for battles worthy of song. But now all is silence and wind. Suddenly, a raven lands on the wall. It stares at you with dark eyes, as if it carries a message. You almost laugh. The only reliable messenger is a bird that survives where you barely survive. You dream the wall falls. You dream the stones dissolve, the ice melts, the path home opens. But you wake to the commander's shout, another shift, another patrol, another whole day wedged in the cold. Sometimes the sky breaks into auroras that paint everything green and red. You and the others huddle on the parapets, gazing in wonder. It's the only spectacle of beauty this stone prison affords you. The next moment, everything returns to gray. You write your name with the tip of a knife on the wood of the watchtower. A foolish gesture, but it's the only proof you were there. Maybe when you turn to snow, another soldier will find these letters and remember they're not alone. Hunger bites deeper than the cold. You think of rats, roots, chewing on leather strips, anything other than dying on an empty stomach. The wall exacts its toll in bones, but worst of all, it exacts its toll in dignity. When the wind dies down, the silence screams louder. It's in it that you hear your own voice asking, why? By whom? But the answers don't come. You are part of the wall, like the stone, like the moss, like the ghosts. You remember the recruiter who promised honor, respect, a silver coin. You chuckle to yourself. The only silver that shines here is the ice tearing at your beard. Honor doesn't warm bones, respect doesn't fill pots. If one day the enemy truly comes, perhaps you will fight without fear. You've already left fear behind, buried along with the footprints that have disappeared into the snow. All that's left is exhaustion. You close your eyes, leaning against the cold wall. The wind blows a song no one understands. And deep down, you accept. Those who guard the wall are also guarded by it, trapped forever in the stone, in the wind, in oblivion. Tomorrow will be the same, and the day after too. You take a deep breath, adjust your hood, grip your spear tightly, and walk back to your post. Because at the wall, you either freeze standing still or freeze walking. And today, you still choose to walk.